If there's anybody in the world I'd like to put a bullet between his eyes, it's Paul Heyman.
WWE Hall of Famer Sunny just accused Paul Heyman of costing her $170,000 and said she'd like to put a bullet between his eyes. But what she revealed about how he kept her trapped in ECW while WCW tried to hire her 4 times is even more sinister than anyone expected. Welcome back to your home for wrestling and Hollywood news that matters. 3 massive stories dropped involving WWE legends and Hollywood bombshells. Sunny went nuclear on Paul Heyman in a new interview, and what she said will make your blood boil. The Rock surprised fans at Universal Studios while filming Jumanji 3, but his emotional reaction reveals something deeper about where his career is headed. And he just broke his silence on the Smashing Machine bombing at the box office, but his response might shock you more than the failure itself. If you haven't subscribed to Alpha War Room yet, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see Paul Heyman forever. Let's start with Sunny's explosive accusation against the Wiseman. During an interview with Inside the Ropes, WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Lynn Sitch called Paul Heyman the hypnotist because he could manipulate anyone into believing anything. But then, she dropped a bombshell that made the entire wrestling community gasp. She said, "If there's anybody in the world I'd like to put a bullet between his eyes, it's Paul Heyman. And that's because he cost me $170,000. But here's where the story gets even darker. Sunny and Chris Candido handled ECW's travel arrangements. They booked plane tickets for the entire roster using their personal American Express card. Paul Heyman would reimburse them at the end of each month, usually around $30,000 to $35,000. At first, it worked fine. The checks came, the bills got paid. Everything seemed professional. But then Heyman stopped paying. He made excuses saying he'd catch up next month, then the next month, then the next. The debt kept growing, and growing, and growing. Chris Candido trusted Heyman because they'd known each other since Chris was 9 years old, but that trust was about to destroy their lives. But wait until you hear what happened next. Even after Sunny and Candido left ECW and stopped working for the company, Heyman's office kept using the same travel agent. And here's the kicker. They kept charging tickets to Sunny and Chris's American Express card. They didn't ask permission. They didn't tell them. They just kept racking up charges month after month. Sunny and Candido were trying to get jobs with WCW, thinking they were finally free from Heyman's manipulation. But they weren't, not even close. And this is where Paul Heyman's true cruelty became crystal clear. For 4 weeks straight at WCW Nitro, Sunny and Candido were dressed and ready to go on TV. WCW wanted them. The fans wanted them. Everything was set. The music was cued. But right before they walked through the curtain, a fax would come to WCW production saying they're still under ECW contract. Heyman was blocking them, holding them hostage, keeping them from earning a living while American Express was suing them for unpaid debt that wasn't even their fault. The only way out was signing away the $170,000 and agreeing not to sue Paul Heyman. If they refused and tried to take legal action, they'd be stuck under ECW contract for 2 more years, unable to work anywhere in professional wrestling. So, they swallowed the debt. Sunny had to sell her house to pay off American Express. And Paul Heyman, he never paid a single dime. Chris Candido died in 2005, and Sunny is now serving 17 years in prison for vehicular manslaughter. The ECW debt was just one chapter in a tragic story that never got a happy ending. Now let's talk about The Rock, because what he just revealed about his career will surprise you. The Great One posted a video on Instagram showing him filming Jumanji 3 at Universal Studios Hollywood. But this wasn't just another movie set. He revealed he's filming on the same lot where he shot The Scorpion King over 20 years ago. The emotion in his voice was unmistakable. He told screaming fans, "Life comes full circle, because I started my career here on this lot, filming a little movie you guys might have seen, called The Scorpion King, so it's really cool to come back." But there's something deeper happening here. Rock also showed off a tribute to Robin Williams, wearing a dice pendant from the original 1995 Jumanji movie. He said, "As you see, a little Easter egg for Dr. Bravestone. This is the dice from the original Jumanji with Robin Williams. As a show of respect, this one's for you, Robin." The symbolism is powerful. Rock is at a crossroads in his career, balancing franchise films like Jumanji with serious dramatic roles. Jumanji 3 reunites him with Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan, and releases the 11th of December 2026. And speaking of dramatic roles, wait until you hear what The Rock just admitted about the Smashing Machine's catastrophic box office failure. The film bombed hard, only $11 million domestically. $20 million worldwide against a $50 million budget, A24 spent millions more on the global promotional campaign. It's one of the biggest flops of Rock's career. But in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Rock said something that shocked the entire industry. He doesn't care. Rock explained, For the first time in my career, 20 plus years since The Scorpion King came out, I made a film to challenge myself and to really rip myself open and to go elsewhere and disappear and transform. And not one time did I think about box office. He said even on opening Friday night, he went to sleep peacefully because the film represented something he did for himself, not for money. Christopher Nolan praised Rock's performance as heartbreaking and predicted it will be better understood over time. The Academy might not have agreed with Oscar nominations, but Rock doesn't need their validation anymore. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts on these 3 explosive stories, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because we've got more wrestling and Hollywood news dropping soon.
A crimson glow, a primal sight, shadows stretch, prepare to fight. The arena roars with